Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota is also the chairman of the Democratic Governors Association, working to win races across the country. Governor, thank you and welcome.
Morning, Chris. Thanks for having me.
All right, now, the Trump campaign is touting plans to open 8 campaign offices in Minnesota. Now, in 2016, Hillary Clinton beat Donald Trump in your state by 44,000 votes. But in 2020, Joe Biden beat Trump by more than 200,000 votes. Is Minnesota now a battleground state?
Well, you know, according to Donald Trump, he won both those, by the way, which he didn't. Look, we know that this is always going to be a hard race. Minnesota is we're a Great Plains state out here. We're agricultural state. We've got a mix of urban and rural. I think we're a microcosm of America, and I think, you know, as you know and your viewers know, that that's going to be close. The good news is that we know how to win races out here. We've been winning presidential races since 1972, longer than any other state. We went with Mondale, of course, in '84.
7,000 votes. 7,000 votes. That's right. That's right.
You're right.
Held on in '84.
Close. Yeah,
okay.
No, it'll be close. And look, that's what they should be doing. They should be opening offices. We've had dozens open already. We're on the ground. I think Joe Biden's been delivering out here. When Joe comes out here, he delivers jobs and, you know, infrastructure projects. And the former president comes out and delivers grievance. And if you want to be a swing state, you got to be offering something to voters. And I don't think he's doing that by just saying he's going to win. So it'll be close. We'll get her done, though, for the president.
Okay, one issue that could keep Minnesota blue is abortion. It was one of the factors that kept the much vaunted red wave from cresting in the 2022 midterms. Now, Monday marks 2 years since the Supreme Court did away with Roe v. Wade. But a general electorate is not a midterm electorate. Other issues like the economy and immigration continue to outrank questions of life and choice for voters. How do you see the politics of Roe 2 years on?
Yeah, and I think that's a fair way to put it. It's people take in a totality of the issues, but the issue of bodily autonomy and the overreach and what you've seen is when Roe fell, it was an earthquake. It shook things because people realized the intrusion into their personal choices, whether it's in the doctor's office, their own bedroom, in their schools, classrooms, was a gross overreach. And I think that has not lightened up. You see folks just continuing to chip away, whether it's on IVF or whether you see, you know, everybody breathing a sigh of relief on the Supreme Court decision on mifepristone. It's Democratic governors that have been the firewall. Katie Hobbs overturning an 1861 law, you know, making sure that we did that. Gretchen Whitmer up in Michigan doing the same thing, that these archaic laws that were meant to take that bodily autonomy away. So it will play. We will clearly make the case. Donald Trump has been all over the board on this, trying to have it every way. But Donald Trump is responsible for the fall of Roe versus Wade, and we'll make sure that voters across the country, certainly here in Minnesota, know that we're not going to get between their doctor and their health care decisions.
Okay, now as the chairman of the DGA, you do have a couple of competitive governor's races this year, and one of those is North Carolina, where Democrats have done really well. The last time a Republican governor won re-election there was 1988. Wow. But you don't have, this time around, incumbent Roy Cooper to count on. It's an open seat in a presidential year. That looks tough, doesn't it, in a state that leans Republican?
Yeah, and that is a true swing state down there. And look, Roy Cooper delivered for folks. North Carolina's got one of the strongest economies. You know, I try and keep up with Roy up here in Minnesota because he's doing such incredible things, and he's just a decent guy. The good news is the Attorney General down there, Josh Stein, will carry on that legacy. While it's not an incumbent, you get a very similar person, a serious person, a decent person, somebody who's delivered for folks. And look, the contrast in North Carolina, I think, might even be greater than between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. The Republican candidate in North Carolina on every single conceivable issue, from a full ban on abortion to conspiracy theories around lately Pearl Harbor even. It seems like the qualification on the Republican candidate is simply rage posting on Facebook. That's not what people want. They know the economy. They know things are working in North Carolina. That's why I believe Josh Stein's going to win that thing down there. And that's good news for the people of North Carolina. Whether they're Democrats or Republicans, you've got a serious guy who's going to do serious work and cares about the state. And I think that bodes well for us. And I got to be honest with you, I think it bodes well for President Biden in a swing state that, you know, would be good for him to be able to win down there. I think this is one of those cases that governors are more localized. They don't get caught up in the national stuff.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.